Okay, so I test a lot of devices every year, but every now and then there comes a device that I have absolutely zero expectations from. The Realme GT 8 Pro right here, well, this was one such device, but it ended up surprising me. Well, enough to make it one of my favorites this year. And here in this video, let me tell you exactly why that is so. Let's get started. Firstly, let's start with the cameras, and that, as per me, is easily the highlight of the Realme GT 8 Pro. This features a vastly improved camera system compared to the GT 7 Pro from last year, and it can be attributed to two things. Firstly, the hardware is great, and second, there's a new collaboration in store. Yes, Realme has partnered with Ricoh GR, just like how Oppo partners with Hasselblad, Vivo is working with Zeiss, and how Xiaomi works with Leica. Ricoh GR is one of the most exciting collaborations as per me, because I'm deeply into travel photography, I am into film emulation, I love my Fuji colors. Ricoh makes cameras built exactly for that purpose, and now you get their actual film emulation inside the GT8 Pro. You can choose from multiple presets: standard, positive film, negative film, monotone, and high contrast black and white. You can also get two native focal lengths, 28mm and 40mm, plus the option to switch to 50mm digital or even 35mm digital, along with the full pro mode inside the Ricoh GR interface. I'm a big fan of this mode, it delivers on its promise, and I've captured some genuinely striking images with it. The high contrast black and white preset is easily my favorite. The results look dramatic, dreamy, and perfect for travel storytelling or capturing unique subjects on the go. Outside the Ricoh mode, the standard camera system also holds up remarkably well. The new 200 megapixel 3x telephoto camera delivers sharp, consistent, and surprisingly reliable results. Portrait mode is also very good, though not flawless. Edge detection lags behind something like the Vivo X200 Pro, which I also use, and sometimes details soften when you're shooting against a strong light source. As for video, you do have the option to shoot log video as well, which is a welcome addition. Many flagships have been doing that, and it's finally great to see Realme bring that on board as well. For the results, I would say Realme has done solid work when it comes to video. However, the stabilization could be a lot better, and when you just switch to a bright light source, the white balance tends to struggle a bit, and that makes me understand why iPhone video is still king. Now let's talk performance, and in this regard, the Realme GT8 Pro really flexes. Why? Because it is packing the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chipset, which is the latest and greatest from Qualcomm, and boy oh boy, this phone really flies. Everyday tasks smooth as butter, UI animation super fluid, app launches instant, benchmarks it crushes them. So if you are hunting for a phone that stays consistently quick no matter what you throw at it, the GT8 Pro is seriously hard to beat. Performance wise, it's just solid, dependable, and really fast. Software has been fun too. I'll be honest, I went in with very little expectations out of Realme UI 7, but it ended up impressing me. Software is clean, I noticed barely any bugs. It has those iOS 26 inspired glassy elements, but I would say they do add a lot of character to the software, and it doesn't feel like a blatant rip-off to me. So long story short, performance and software, you're totally sorted in this regard. So what about the battery life of the Realme GT8 Pro 7000 mAh unit, which also supports 120 watt fast charging? I would say this is easily a 2-day phone for most people. I consistently got 8 plus hours of screen on time based on my usage, which involves taking a lot of photos of my pets, my food, and then going through YouTube, replying to WhatsApp texts, taking a lot of calls from public relations people. So yeah, it is a power packed battery performer. I would say it will easily last you a really long time, and if you are actually worried about your battery on your phone and have a lot of battery anxiety every day, I would say just get this one. It is easily one of the best battery performance I have used all year. So what could have been better? Well, right off the bat, one thing immediately comes to mind, and that is the stereo speaker setup of the Realme GT8 Pro. It's far from bad, I would say, but it's not great either. The stereo separation is decent, it has decent bass, but when you put it to, let's say, upwards of 80% volume, then it is when it can get a bit muffled. So it would be alright for winter months, but when summer rolls in, when you have like coolers going on, there's a lot of ambient sound, you could have a little problem. But yeah, again, it's not a deal breaker, it's not a bad speaker setup at all. I'm just nitpicking at the moment. Next thing is the overall ergonomics. This is a chunky phone, this is a heavy phone at 214 grams. So I would say it's not the most comfortable in hand, especially if you have like smaller hands. So yeah, you will have to make do with that, but that generally goes for every other phone out now. They all have flat sides, they all have a flat back, and they all have a front display that's flat as well. So yeah, the weight balance on the other hand, it has been done quite well, so I'll give Realme credits for that. But overall, it's a chunky phone and you will have a tough time if you want to actually use it for longer hours. Now, to be fair, there are a lot of attention to detail upgrades that Realme has done with the GT8 Pro, and the immediate thing that comes to my mind is the haptics. They are a lot better than the Realme GT7 Pro. I would say it's on the level of OnePlus phones. Yeah, OnePlus 15 has skimmed out on it. So I would say this has better haptics than the OnePlus 15. The clicks are tactile, and the way Realme has actually integrated the haptics across Realme UI 7, that screams premium to me. So the way you actually turn up or down the brightness levels, or how there's a subtle haptic click when the app drawer hits the end, yeah, that's the stuff I'm talking about. There's good attention to detail here. So what's the verdict here? This is being shot on the Realme GT8 Pro, by the way. Well, for 72,999, I feel this is a solid experience. You get top-notch performance, you get top-notch battery life. The camera is really fun too, but I feel Realme could have priced this phone a little more aggressively, maybe around 65,000. That would really have been the sweet spot, but I feel this phone is going to get discounted eventually. So that's not really a big deal if you are really going to be buying this phone. And that said, there are a few niggles, including USB 2.0. I realized this while transferring footage off of this phone to my computer, and that was a pain. But if you ignore some of these things, I think this phone does indeed deliver a solid experience. It does earn a solid recommendation from my end. You can definitely go ahead and buy it.